So one thing that I do have to admit as a business owner, sometimes when I'm shopping for something expensive, I forget that prices are negotiable. Everything's negotiable when you're signing a contract. A lot of the times, it's happened a few times where I'm like, they give me the price and I'm like, yeah, I'll take it. And I'm like, you know what? Not that I'm trying to rip off the company or the business, but what if they could lower the price? And right now we're getting ready to make an expensive purchase. We're investing in plans for a possible, not possible, we're gonna expand our business and we're planning to fix up this old, really, really old building. I'll tell a story on a different day on how we acquired that old building. That building is not registered historic building, but it's very old. And it is in a few websites. It's just not registered a historic building. So right now I'm gonna call the engineers, and they already gave me a price for the plans, and I'm gonna use ChatGPT to give me some advice on how I should lower the price or how I should pitch to get the price lowered. So instead of me just saying, yeah, we'll take it, let's see if I can negotiate something. I'm gonna use ChatGPT, and if ChatGPT does this part, technically ChatGPT paid itself off, because I pay $20 a month for ChatGPT, and it should save me money. I should use it. There's so much content being produced on how ChatGPT can make you money. I'm gonna use ChatGPT for this business transaction, and hopefully I can save a few $1,000s. So let me ask ChatGPT. Hey chat, do you remember the screenshot I uploaded in this chat? It's the email from the engineers, and they said that their offer was, or their price was anywhere between $38,000 to $42,000. Do you remember that? Keep your answer short. Yes, I remember the 40. Okay, perfect. It remembers. All right, I'm gonna give them a call. We are gonna go ahead and go with their service. We're gonna purchase that. But do you think, because I'm tired of paying for you monthly and you haven't made me no money. So can you guide me on how I can maybe negotiate a lower price, or maybe instead of 38,000, instead of there being a window, maybe we can negotiate at a flat rate, which is 38,000. Help me out here. I'm tired of paying your monthly subscription and you haven't made me any money. So help me out. And keep your answer short. Also keep in mind, I'm not trying to rip them off. I'm just trying to negotiate a better deal. I got you, and you're right to negotiate. This is normal business, not ripping them off. Say this on the call, almost word for word. Lock the low end. Hey, so we want to move forward, but we need a cost certainty. Can we lock in at a flat instead of the range? Trade value, not discounts. If we sign this week, we pay the deposit immediately. Can you honor the 38,000 flat? Cancel prices. Can we add clause that any changes must be approved in writing before extra charges? I'm not trying to have it. I'm trying to do a flat rate fee, no extra charges. Ask for one. Is there anything you can include that the price, the first round of county revisions of, okay. Okay, which one do you think I should go with? Just keep it simple. And you think it's possible to get it lower than 38,000? Okay, it's possible, but unlikely to go under 38,000. It's recommending I just lock in the lower, because they did put that window in between 38,000 and 42,000. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and give them a call. I won't record the call. I'll edit it out as soon as, and I will never put this business name out in public. I'm just using this as an experiment, to be honest. All right, so today's the next day. The engineer did call me back later that afternoon, and I didn't get the chance to make the second part yesterday for this video, so I'm doing it today. The engineer did get back to me. They're for plans to retrofit this old building. They give us a price between 38,000 to 42,000, and I wanted to see if I could close that window and like hey, can we work out a deal and just make it a flat rate fee of 38,000? And he said he'd get back to me. And when he did get back to me, it was probably closer to like 5 p.m. He got back to me and he said that they cannot close that window. That window's there. It's room for error for them. Not error. It's room in case things come up. They said that working with counties, things could get a little bit complicated, and a lot of going back and forth, and things come up. And I went ahead and agreed with the price. That same company did a structure evaluation for that building, which is why we need plans now, because that building needs a lot of repairs in order for it to be retrofitted. It's in case of an earthquake or strong winds. I'm learning as I go, and sometimes I forget these terms. But out of all the companies that I called for the structure evaluation that the county requested, out of all the companies that I called, this company was the most affordable. And I know that sometimes the most affordable doesn't mean it's a good thing. But all the other companies that I called, at least they were straight up honest, and they did tell me the reason why we charge so much is because we mainly deal with insurances, and this is the rate we charge insurances. So basically, in other words, what I got out of that is that their prices are higher because insurances are going to pay anyways, and they can't lower their prices just for me. So this company, they gave me a price. It was a lot more affordable, and I was just trying to close a gap on that price they gave me for the plans, between the 38,000 to 42,000. I was just trying to see if we can negotiate down to 38,000. That way it's a flat rate fee. But they went ahead and said no. I'm still gonna go ahead and move forward with with their offer. I told them, all right, let's get to work. So they're gonna email me official offer, or official, I think it's called an official offer. I just gotta sign it. So yeah, I know I use ChatGPT as an experiment. I use ChatGPT a lot, and I wanted to see if I could get that price, save a few $1,000s. And I do have to admit, running a small business, I've jumped the gun a little bit too soon sometimes. I just go ahead and agree and say yes. And I wanted to experiment and try to see if I could work out a deal on this one, and I wasn't able to on this one. That being said, I have negotiated other stuff too, and I was just admitting that sometimes I'm just quick to say yes. It doesn't mean I always just say yes. So yeah, running a small business, if you have any tips or tricks on negotiating, go ahead and drop them down in the comments. I'm going on year 7 of running up. Keep wanting to say running up, and I'm not going to edit that out. I'm going on year 7 of running my ice cream shop. So if you have any tricks or ideas, suggestions on how I should better negotiate, go ahead and leave me a comment. And thank you guys for watching. Have a good one.